advance to the semifinals, while the other two squads will be hoping to extend the series. Well, the PVL quarterfinals has been nothing short of grit and of hustle, so expect the same today as the series shifts to game number 2 right here in the heart of volleyball. Welcome to the PVL. It has been 4 days since game number 1, and Savvy Davidson and the rest of the PLDT high-speed hitters are looking to bounce back and extend the series. But of course, CC Rondina and the Choco Mucho Flying Titans want to end that series right here and right now, because today the Choco Mucho Flying Titans with a 1-game advantage will be going head-to-head against the PLDT high-speed hitters, and more action later on because the Akari Chargers will go up against the Galleries Tower High Risers. And what is your Thursday quarterfinals doubleheader right here in the PVL All-Filipino Conference? We're coming to you live from Pasig City at the Phil Sports Arena. My name is Jana Ejido, and joining the broadcast, Eric Tefan and Neil Flores right by my side, gentlemen.
All right, thanks for the very energetic welcome, Jana Ejido. It's going to be a very energetic day because both these teams came off a 5-setter, and the second game also came off a 5-setter. So we expect nothing less as we take a look at the quarterfinal matchup so far of the teams involved trying to move forward in the semifinals. And 2 of them have a shot today. Neil will explain to you which ones have a shot.
In the first day of the quarterfinals, the Akari Chargers and Choco Mucho actually outlasted their opponents in 5 trailing sets. And in the second day of the quarterfinals, Creamline swept Cheritigo, and Zeus Coffee pulled an impressive upset via a sweep win against the Petrogas Angels.
So Akari and Choco Mucho have a chance to go and close it out all today. Obviously, that's their wish. Their opponents will try to extend and make it a best of 3. As you look at Angge Alcantara, such a terrific young talent. We'll be seeing her today. Mars Aba, I believe, will be starting today as well for the Flying Titans after coming off the bench. We'll talk about that as well in a little bit, that the importance of her starting in the 3rd, 4th, and 5th sets for the Flying Titans. Let's talk about game number 1. Obviously, a lot of fans watched it, but if you're under a rock the past few days, you may not have heard what happened.
That's correct. Choco Mucho pulled off an impressive reverse sweep against the PLDT high-speed hitters in the first 2 sets. PLDT controlled all aspects of the game, but in set number 3, Coach Dante started to move his pieces. He fielded in his bench players, and they had an overall impact in that game. They changed the complexion, they changed the pace of the game, and they were able to come back in that game. CC Rondina delivered as always, not a surprise there. And Choco Mucho actually has a good shot in securing the first semi-seat today.
That's right. CC Rondina, her best game so far in the All-Filipino Conference, ringing in more than 30 points in that game. And that was enough for them to overcome a 2-0 deficit. But the key thing there was the start for Tubino and the start especially for Aba. How she ran the offense in the 3rd, 4th, and 5th sets.
We know that CC Rondina will always lead the way, but in that game against PLDT, it wasn't a one-woman show. She got a lot of support from the cavalry. Royce Tubino scored 20 points, and she only started in set number 3. So those are good numbers for the outside hitter or opposite hitter. Kung saan mo siya gustong ilagay, she will perform. Isa Molde also chipped in crucial points, 11 markers. And of course, the game changer really was Mars Alba. And she delivered 16 excellent sets. When she came into that game, she brought her playmaking to the table, and that really helped Choco Mucho come back.
That's right. You're absolutely right, Eric and Neil. It was really that pivotal part for Choco Mucho. It was the cavalry. The cavalry! cavalry that really saved them in that match. And I was able to speak with one of the members of that cavalry, Royce Tubino, with her 20-point performance. So you know what? Royce was telling me that during the first 2 sets, they were really trying to feel it out on the bench. And she was telling me, sino kaya yung may suerte sa amin? Well, luckily, lots of them did, especially when you have a bench like that. But Royce tells me that she really couldn't have done that performance or contributed 20 points without having an always ready na mindset. And of course, like what you mentioned, Neil, the game changer, Mars Alba. When I was having that conversation with Royce, she was even looking for Mars in the dugout. Yan yung nagpaiba ng laro namin. Well, of course, I can't wait to see how Royce and Mars are going to be delivering today, especially when I found out that Mars is going to be starting this match.
So it's going to be a different complexion right away for Coach Dante Linsunod and Mars Alba, starting as the setter for the Flying Titans. In the meantime, let's talk about the high-speed hitters. Obviously, that's a game they want to forget. You won the first 2 sets, all of a sudden it collapsed in 3, 4, and 5.
If Choco Mucho had CC Rondina leading the way for PLDT, it was Savvy Davidson. It wasn't the usual efficiency clip for Savvy Davidson. She got 80-plus attempts in that game, but she also had a lot of support from the other starting players for PLDT. Erica Santos had 14 markers. Viola Ceballos had 11 points, and she also had 14 excellent digs and 22 receptions. Now, Majoy Baron did her job as a middle blocker. We know that she's the third best middle blocker in this preliminary round, and she was able to convert 3 kill blocks as well. So it will be important if you do want to decrease the numbers of 1CC Rondina.
Well, those 3 players are just 3 of the 4 players in double digits for the high-speed hitters in that game. So a lot of players stepped up. And we take a look at 2 key players you have to watch out for. And I think Jana mentioned both of them at the beginning. CC Rondina and Savvy Davidson. Obviously, they will lead these teams. And wherever they go, that's where the teams go as well.
That's right, Eric. And I was able to speak with Savvy Davidson. I'm very lucky to have had to. Because Savvy was telling me when you're approaching the quarterfinals, the stakes are high. The game is bound to be intense. And the rallies are really about to be crazy. And Savvy said that in that match, the PLDT just really had to succumb to that intensity. And well, they had 4 days to come back and really get ready for the series. And Savvy tells me, we want to extend it. We want a game 3. So they went back to the drawing board, and Savvy assures me that they're coming in absolutely refreshed today.
And it's win or go home for the high-speed hitters. So I just want to focus on that matchup. CC Rondina and Savvy Davidson both had almost the same number of attempts in that game. We know that they are the rock when it comes to offense, but the biggest contribution that they also bring to the table is their defense. I mean, we know that they will always get their numbers on offense, but for CC Rondina, she had 15 excellent digs and 12 excellent receptions. For Savvy Davidson, she had 19 excellent receptions. So we know that in today's game, both will have breakout games. So again, the cavalry should be there for them to be able to get that support. And for PLDT, it's win or go home. So they have to bring out all the stops.
That's right. And you know what? We've highlighted the key players of this matchup. We talked to them. We've had Savvy Davidson's side. I can't wait to share more about CC Rondina's side later on throughout the match. But we'll let the match decide this quarterfinal series. But we are going to let you decide, our fans watching over on the Pilipinas Live app, on our Pilipinas Live poll question today. Because we are asking all of you, which team's role players will come up big here in game number 2? This is going to be a crucial one. We are letting you choose. The cavalry, will it come into play, gentlemen?
We'll find out. So far, the Flying Titans won the first 2 beatings, 4 in the first game and 5 in the quarterfinals, game number 1. If there ever is a 7-setter, these 2 teams are going to be able to find it. All right, set number 1 coming up in game number 2, plus a feature on Angge Alcantara and big praises from the veteran Kim Fajardo, talking about her.
for me kasi being a setter o yung setting mismo is one of the hardest job or role sa volleyball. Pero ito yung, for me ito yung pinaka-satisfying na trabaho. Yung pagiging mahirap na role, in-embrace na yun ngayon at talagang tinatrabaho niya. Nakikita ko naman. Ay, nice. Nice play. Kasi hindi mo to maiisip kung rookie ka lang. Yung unang galing sa serve ni Bea. Kasi kung ako yung blocker ng kabila, malito ako. Kasi tumalon siya, kumarap sa net, tsaka si net. It's not really a rookie move. Doon pa lang nakikita mo na yung focus niya nandun. Middle ulit. Oh, okay. Ang unang mapapansin mo talaga sa mga attacker mo, yung middle, kasi yun yung gagalaw. Yun yung gumagalaw talaga. So, sa tingin ko, nakita niya na may isang sumabay. Nagawa niyang timingan yung pasok ni Joy na 0 tempo. Not a lot of setter na nagsisimula yung may kayang gumawa. Nice one and get. For me, yung pag-accept niya pa lang dun sa job na ikaw yung starting setter ngayong conference na to. Super laking, for me, mag-pressure ako nun kasi rookie pa lang ako nun, tapos pro na. Tapos hindi ka lang naman basta-bastang team. Hello, PLDT ka. Pero yun nga, sinabi ko na in-embrace niya yun. At hanggang ngayon, nasa quarterfinals kami, natrabaho niya talaga. Pinapakita naman niya sa lahat na deserving niya yung spot. Parang iba yung tapang niya ngayon, alam niya na yung gagawin niya ngayon, yung focus niya iba talaga. So parang makikita mo talaga na parang, uy, galing lang to sa ganito dati Ngayon, iba na yung makikita mo sa kanya Salamat, dinala mo yung team natin sa quarterfinals. Ikaw yun. And yun nga, super proud ako sa'yo. Narating mo to kahit na may mga bumps tayo na pinagdaanan, hindi ka pa rin tumigil sa pagtatrabaho para sa team. Tuloy-tuloy lang yan and super happy and proud ako sa'yo.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Phil Sports Arena in Pasig City, Season 8. The All-Filipino Conference of the Premier Volleyball League. This is day 3 of the quarterfinal round, the best-of-3 series, where the team that wins 2 matches out of the 3 moves on to the semifinal round. For match number 83, let us welcome our PLDT high-speed hitters. And their challengers, the winners of their first encounter, our Choco Mucho Flying Titans. Presenting our national officials for this match. First referee, Mr. Erlindo Eusebio. Second referee, Mr. Fernando Velarde. Let's welcome our starting lineup from our PLDT high-speed hitters. Let's begin with jersey number 3, Mika Irene Reyes. Number 5, Erica May Santos. Wearing jersey number 6, Savannah Dawn Davidson. At number 10, Mary Joy Baron. Number 16, Angelica Alcantara. And number 17, Viola May Ceballos. Starting libero is their team captain, number 8, Kathleen Faith Arado. Head coach, Mr. Ralph Benson Ricafort. Calling on our Choco Mucho Flying Titans. Let's begin with their team captain. She wears jersey number 18, Cherry Ann Rondina. At number 1, Maria Lina Isabel Molde. Wearing jersey number 9, Marion Angelique Alba. At number 15, Honey Royce Tubino. Wearing jersey number 17, Lorraine Pecania. And number 22, Cherry Rose Lunag. Starting liberos number 16, Tony Rose Ponce. Head coach, Mr. Dante Alin Sunurin.
Take a look at the starting lineup of the high-speed hitters. Coach Rodrigo Fort will not change anyone. It is the same starting 6 in that 5-set loss in game number 1 of this best of 3. In the meantime, major adjustments for Coach Dante Alinsunurin, as reported by Jana earlier. Mars Alba, a starting setter, and Royce Tubino also checking in. But we also have to note that Dindin Manabat will not be in the lineup at all after getting injured in the first set of game number 1.
That's correct. That's why Royce Tubino will be replacing Dindin Santiago in the opposite hitter possession. Mars Alba again played really well in the last 3 sets of the last encounter against PLDT. So we did expect na siya yung magsisimula today. And as for the high-speed hitters, these are the usual suspects for Coach Rodrigo Fort. A while ago, we saw the all-time record between these two teams. They've met 10 times so far in the PVL. Choco Mucho has won 6 times against PLDT. PLDT is looking to get their 5th win against Choco Mucho today.
And we're off in the opening set. Ceballos, who was in double digits in their last game. There's a block against Tubino, but it goes outside.
Choco Mucho just needs one more win to head into the semifinals. But we know that PLDT will not back down without a fight.
And you know what they say, the close-out win is always the hardest. A bad pass there by Davidson, so an easy over coming from Kat Arado. Rondina, Arado picking it up with the left hand, back row. Davidson, it's outside.
That is a 2-0 start for the Flying Titans. They don't want to have the same result in the first set kagaya nung last time. Again, it's very difficult to come back from 2 sets behind.
But if we were talking about how, as Davidson, another bad pass, Alba really targeting Davidson to start this match. I mean, 4 days, is that enough to wipe the bad taste of a 5-set defeat, Neil?
Well, we all know the capability of PLDT as a team. They've been in numerous situations na nabibitin lagi sila sa dulo. Again, they've experienced a lot of heartbreak in the past few conferences. So ngayon, they just have to be consistent all throughout, because when you take a look at the first 2 sets in that last game, they had Choco Mucho figured out. They controlled all aspects of the game. But I guess ngayon, kailangan itaas ulit ni Savvy Davidson yung efficiency niya. She ended the preliminary round with a 40% clip, but in that game, she was limited to 28%. So that was also something na siguro nag-impact din sa performance ng PLDT.
Meantime, Nunag knocking it in. But going back to your point, Neil, despite the low efficiency in game number 1, Savvy Davidson still the #1 spiker, #1 scorer of the All-Filipino Conference coming into this game.
Correct. And right now, she is the target of the serves of Choco Mucho. They want to eliminate her sa offensive pattern. We know that she also has a mean back row attack. Right now, Choco Mucho is just forcing PLDT out of system. They're getting a lot of opportunities to score in transition.
And Tubino again, her 2nd point, all coming from bounces off the block going outside.
I'm out.
You mentioned Royce Tubino with her highest scoring game at 20 points in game number 1. A timeout early. Coach Gafort.
Madaanan talaga sa gilid. Yung press talaga importante sa atin. Tsagayin nyo muna yung pasa, mahirap talaga simula. Wala.
Medyo matigas lang, medyo tight lang yung tayo ng first. Kaya. One stop lang, one stop. Let's go! Ay, okay lang. Isa ulit. ulit. Let's go! PLDT!
A 5-point lead, a 6-1 scoreline off a 3-point run by the Flying Titans, Neil. What do the high-speed hitters need to do early?
Well, they have to get a good pass. Yun talaga yung priority because we've seen a lot of shank passes in the past few sequences. Doesn't need to be perfect,
Right.
but it needs to be settable na hindi masyadong magiging predictable yung bato ni Angel Alcantara.
Drop shot, Ceballos, Alba with a pancake save. Tubino, cross-court hit. Dug by Alcantara. Here comes Santos. And
Cross-court shot.
that'll be the
Santos.
second attack point for the high-speed hitters. Erica Santos, 14 points, including 4 blocks and 2 aces in game number 1. Overpass. A save is no good for Isa Molde, who is starting today for Des Cheng, who started for the first time this season in game number 1.
Descheng can also be a role player for Coach Dante. We know that she is a stable passer. Anytime pwede niyang palitan si Isa Molde. Again, they complement each other naman. Depende kung ano yung kailangan ni Coach Dante. And as for PLDT, Fiola Ceballos will also be crucial today.
Right. Baron. Nunag keeping it alive. Molde a standing spike. Better pass from Davison. Baron on the run.
A slide from Baron. Force.
Point number 2 for Majoy Baron. Off that slide attack against a single blocker.
And a good answer here by the high-speed hitters. After the timeout, they went on a 3-point run. And after being down by 5 points, they're only 2 away to tie. Alba goes to Tubino. Block. And this one too close to the net. And Nunag unable to put it away. Apologizes to her teammates. Back row Davison. The push. Blocked by Nunag.
Touch was too soft for Sabi Davison. The clearance was also low.
Is this Davison getting affected early by the bad passes, Neil?
That can be a factor.
Block of the set brought to you by East West Bank, the official bank of the PVL All-Filipino Conference. You mentioned it can be a factor?
And she just has to be stable in the back row. Alam naman natin that she's also a good receiver.
And Royce Tubino, all of her 3 points are hits bouncing off the block. The first technical timeout and a 4-point lead by the Flying Titans.
Na-miss niyo ba yung game namin? Kung na-miss niyo, subscribe na to our YouTube channel. Subscribe na!
Number 2 of the quarterfinals. Arena Plus, Astig Sports. Let's go courtside to Jana Ejido.
Well, Eric and Neil, when CC Rondina dropped her 31st point last Saturday, she went up for that spike and told her team, ilaban nyo lang, ako na bahala dito. And that told me, CC Rondina said that emotions were running high for her, telling me, after nung win, umiyak ako. Di ako makatulog that night, hindi talaga ako makapaniwala dahil sa daming napagdaanan ng team. Sisi then adds in her native Cebuano language, maunang kapoy nga nindot. Meaning yun yung pagod na masaya. Dahil yun daw yung tinabaho ng buong team at hindi sila sumuko. Well, more reasons for them to fight and push forward today. As you mentioned it earlier, Eric and Neil. Din Santiago Manabat is sitting out the match today due to an injury on her left knee. She is being monitored on a day-to-day basis. So why don't we tune into how Choco Mucho is going to adjust to that here in Game 2, gentlemen.
All right, thanks very much, Jana. Tubino, what a start for her after pouring in 20 points in game number 1. She is the top scorer right now with 4 points as you look at some of the players nursing injuries.
No Kat Tolentino, no din Santiago Manabat. Kaya importante talaga that Royce Tubino gets her numbers today.
Aduke Ogunsanya also recovering from her second ACL tear. Molde. Davidson. But going back as Davidson knocks it down the line. Going back to that report by Jana, it says a lot that Cici Rondina, who's seen a lot of wins, not just in indoor but beach volleyball as well, to be crying after a Game 1 win.
I understand yung fatigue after that game. She did score 31 points after all. That's why they want to end this in game number 2.
Ball is out.
Alba getting a little fancy. Sent that one wide. Flying Titans say it was in. Naturally, we'll see a challenge.
There's a challenge on ball in.
First challenge of the match. This is game number 2 of a best of 3. So the Flying Titans, after the 5-set win, can close it out today. And if you're wondering the seeding situation, the Flying Titans are seeded 5, so they're the lower seeds. They're the underdogs against the number 4 seeds, the high-speed hitters.
Yep, that's outside. Point will go to the high-speed hitters.
Coach Dante Sinurin, very busy man during this time of the year. Also coaching the National University men's team in the UAAP. 9-7 and 2-point lead for the Flying Titans. They led by as many as 5 points. Davidson, the drop shot. Tubino easily picking it up. Alba to Molde. Got it.
Right on the line. Molde.
What a sharp angle from Isa Molde. The double block was already there.
And spike to the set brought to you by Duncan, pasalubong ng bayan.
Look at that. Sharp angle.
Isa Molde, 11 points off the bench in the first set in game number 1. And then a starter in sets 2 to 5 as she gets another point back-to-back.
It has been the serving of Choco Mucho.
That's their second ace. Overpass. And off the block, the hit. I believe that was Alba.
Last touch, Alcantara.
Passing should be the priority of the high-speed hitters. They're a strong team when it comes to offense.
Molde.
Pero kung hindi ka makakuha ng magandang pasa, hindi mo din magagamit yon.
Nika Reyes with the short pass. Santos. Through the block, punches it in.
Off the hand of Rondina.
Well, the high-speed hitters are supposed to be a good passing team. They're number 2 coming into this game.
Catarado is also there. But Choco Mucho is just targeting all the right zones so far.
Alcantara with a good serve. Pecaña with an odd pass. Wow, Cici Rondina picking up where she left off. That's her first point today.
5-point lead for the Flying Titans.
So they restore their biggest lead of the match so far. The rookie, Lorraine Pecaña. That hit outside.
That was a good combination play from PLDT. Fortunately, that hit was outside. Nagsimula yun sa magandang pasa kay Kat Arado. So there should be some adjustments on the floor for PLDT. Kung medyo alanganin yung other zones, pwedeng kumuha ng mas malaki si Kat Arado.
Rondina against a double block. Cut. Arado. What a dig. And right now, high-speed hitters can't mount an attack. Nunag with a bounce. Davidson pops it up. Nunag. A little soft touch. And another easy ball coming from the high-speed hitters. Here's an easy pickup this time for PLDT. Santos off-speed hit. Longest rally of the opening set. On to Mars Alba. That was a ways away from the net as well.
We did not expect that drop ball from Mars Alba because the ball was far from the net. But somehow she was able to find that space behind the block of PLDT.
Alba, the former UAAP best setter, that was in season 85. Now the biggest lead at 7 points for the Flying Titans. And that push lands right on the line. Right now, high-speed hitters need to really extend the shots all the way to the edges.
It wasn't the best of attacks, but zone 1 was open on the floor of Choco Mucho.
Davidson only 2 points so far. Great pass by Rondina. Nunag. 16-9. Flying Titans in full control of the opening set of game number 2.
16-9.
Bitin ba kayo sa games? Watch all the replays on PVL YouTube channel. Subscribe!
SB Finance, ang BFF na malalapitan. We're inside the Phil Sports Arena. Fans, in the first game of your Thursday doubleheader, Majoy Baron and the high-speed hitters, their biggest run was 3 points. That's way back early in the opening set. Meanwhile, Cherry Nunag and the rest of the Flying Titans are on a 7-2 run and lead 16-9 here in the opening set. They've really turned it around after losing the first 2 sets in game number 1.
The momentum is clearly on the side of the Flying Titans, and they're using their serves as their first option of attack.
Rondina goes wide.
There's a rare miss hit from the Flying Titans. Rondina setting it wide. But if you have to pinpoint something, Neil, is it the poor passes that really started to get it, get the offense struggling for the high-speed hitters?
Yes, yun talaga, and di pa natin nakikita yung flow ng transition ng PLDT because of these misreceives. Now they'll get a good chance of attacking.
There's the first easy ball they got today. Tubino, cross-court. Quick dig coming from Reyes. A push by Davidson. Hasn't really been able to attack full throttle. And that hit the antenna from CC Rondina. So that's a 2-point run right now for the high-speed hitters.
The set was just too tight for CC Rondina.
Serve.
Mika Reyes only 6 points and played only in the first 4 sets of game number 1. Pang Ponce overpass almost. Alba doing a good job keeping it in play. Rondina got it.
Wow. CC Rondina going through the double block of Majoy Baron and Piola Ceballos.
Only the second point for CC Rondina. And clearly targeting again Savvy Davidson, who has struggled with their digging and receiving today.
Santos.
Nice job from the side out by Erica Santos.
12-17.
Yun yung pasa na kailangan ng PLDT. you deliver that ball to the setter's box, ang dali na lang for Alcantara to choose
16 now.
their option of attack.
In.
Now, Kim
Timeout.
Fajardo will have 3
Fajardo.
attackers in the front row. Kim D is in the ball game for the very first time.
She has been coming off the bench since her injury. Only 2 points in game number 1 for Kim D. Short pass. So Tang Ponce will set it up for Tubino. Good coverage by Ponce. Tubino tries again. Drop shot. Kim D sends it over underhand. Nunag easily picked up by Arado. Fajardo to Ceballos. Block. Majoy Baron was there. Baron with the dump. Alba keeping it alive. Off speed hit from the back row. CC Rondina with point number 3.
Donut hole. The PLDT defense. It wasn't the strongest of hits from CC Rondina.
Defense of the high-speed hitters pretty stagnant here in the opening set. Looks like they're playing pretty stiff. Ceballos drop attempt easily picked up by Isa Molde. And now Rondina putting 100% behind that shot.
Just firing from all angles. And we've seen a lot of soft touches from PLDT. And when you give a drop ball or a spin shot, you just give Choco Mucho more opportunities to score.
Basta makakabalik ka ng sideline na.
Kunin mo yung drop
Doon pa rin I-relax niyo muna ulit. Wala pa yung sa normal Ha? Basta yung sa mga mahirap, doon tayo mag-anticipate sa mga galaw-galaw. Yung target niya same pa rin. Huwag yung aalanganin. Ha? Isang play muna, side out muna tayo.
Play tayo ng points ako. Tama na, hindi na nag-aero.
Ay, isa pa! Reality!
Well, that's the last timeout for Rodrigo Fort. They find themselves in deep, deep trouble here, literally and figuratively, down by 7 again. They've been able to get some chance balls and have converted, but those have been very few and far between.
Basta nakakuha sila ng magandang pasa, yun yung mga bola na nako-convert nila into points So it's pretty straightforward for the high-speed hitters. Again, a shank pass.
And Des Cheng gets an ace off the bench here in the opening set.
This is what we talked about a while ago. We talked about role players, and we know that yan yung pwedeng dalhin ni Des Cheng. Strong serves and steady reception.
Short pass coming from Davidson, who has continued to struggle. Ceballos getting the side out, but they've not been able to score runs more than 3 points so far.
You have to try to gain some momentum, talking about PLDT, because Choco Mucho is just 5 points away, sending us to our second set. And pagpasok ng second set, they have to forget about how they were in service reception dito sa opening frame.
Pecaña, one-handed dig by Davidson. Kim D. Alba fighting Tubino. And Tubino again, 5 points now for Royce Tubino, top scoring for the Flying Titans.
He's playing around the block of PLDT. Going to a lot of hit-outs.
Yeah, Tubino has been abusing the blocking of the high-speed hitters. Davidson, way short. You can clearly see she is affected by this bad start of the high-speed hitters.
You can get a sense na parang bothered sila by the established double block of Choco Mucho, but they also have to check the defender doon sa likod ng blockers kasi nakaabang na yung defender para sa drop ball, so they really have to try to challenge that wall of the Flying Titans.
Nice block by the rookie Lorraine Pecaña, who only scored 1 point in game number 1. There are no more timeouts remaining for Rodrigo Fort. They're down by 10, the biggest deficit for the high-speed hitters, as Del Palomata checks in for the first time along with Keisha Bedonia. Nothing working for the high-speed hitters after an excellent start in game number 1, the first 2 sets. And right now, they can't buy a break. There's a net touch on Bedonia. as this is now 11 set points for the Flying Titans. A rare error for Royce Tubino, who's played a near perfect volleyball set. Still 10 set points against Del Palomata and the high-speed hitters. 14 serving 24. Molde, drop shot. Fajardo was right there for the pickup. Here's Kim D. And nice shot for Kim D.
First point for Kim D. Again, pag ganito nakalayo yung score, it's about getting the right flow bago matapos yung set.
And then bring that
to the set number 2.
Another short pass for CC Rondina. Tubino wasn't ready. Del Palomata with a nice dig. But it's a chance ball for the white shirts. Molde, cross court, got it. Quickly turned from a bad dream to a nightmare for the high-speed hitters after losing in 5 sets in game number 1. They lose horribly here in the first set by 10 points, 25-15 against the Flying Titans, who are 3 sets away from the semifinals.
Player highlights, we got you covered. Subscribe now to the PVL YouTube channel. Subscribe!
A 24-minute first set, 25-15 is the winning score for the Flying Titans against the high-speed hitters in game number 2.
In set number 1, showcase the strong serves of the Flying Titans. And they have the clear momentum heading into this game for PLDT. They tried to attack the defense of Choco Mucho, but every time they went for soft touches, there was coverage on the floor for the Flying Titans. Every time they tried to go for powerful hits, the blockers were there. And yung mga puntos nila was in the end zones. Tina-target nila yung dulo-dulo. They can stick to that because clearly walang tao dun sa mga spots na yon. But again, they have to pass first. Service reception is so important in the sport of volleyball. They had 11 attacks, but I'm sure mas mataas pa sana yan if they had a stable serve reception pattern. Choco Mucho controlled the attacking department. The sets were evenly distributed to the attackers thanks to Mars Alba. And again, they had a significant advantage in blocking and serving.
Scoring-wise, for the Flying Titans, Tubino with 5, Rondina with 4, and then 3 points each for Nunag, Alba, and Isam Molde. So Alba, terrific job as a starter, not just orchestrating the offense, but also scoring as well. You mentioned Tubino coming off a 20-point performance. Meantime, Erica Santos is the leading scorer for the high-speed hitters, but that's just 3 points. Nobody else has 2 or more after her 3.
Yeah. And yun talaga yung naging problema ng PLDT. But we know na hindi naman indication ng first set yung magiging end result ng game na to. So for PLDT, they have to adjust their sails and equalize here in set number 2.
It is the same starting 6 for both teams. Now, obviously, for PLDT, you're just trying to erase a lot of things. Erasing the bad memory of game number 1, and you're erasing the bad memory of set number 1 here in game 2. And try to get off to a good start. Served by Reyes. Great pass by Tang Ponce. It's a push by Rondina. Back row for Davidson. Yes, that ought to get her going.
Again, Davidson has to utilize her power. She has a really high spike reach. Yeah. Habang hindi pa siya nabablock, she has to keep on challenging the defenders of the Flying Titans.
Third point for Savvy Davidson. Tang Ponce plays setter. Tubino is blocked. So this is the kind of start you want if you're Rodrigo Ford and the high-speed hitters after losing by 10 in the first set. Block of the set. Brought to you by East West Bank, the official bank of the PVL All-Filipino Conference. Another great serve. Rondina. Davison with the dig. Reyes keeping it alive, but a chance ball going to the Flying Titans. Here we go. Nunag blocked by Majoy Baron. A great coverage so far for the Flying Titans. Able to extend rallies. Tang Ponce with the dig. Tubino against a single blocker. Again, another dig by Mika Reyes. And saved by Santos is no good as Tubino gets the side out.
We're seeing better floor defense from the high-speed hitters.
Who would have thought Mika Reyes with a couple of great digs before that last one. A better pass from Ceballos. Via Generales in the game for the Flying Titans. There's a block against Isa Molde.
That's 2 kill blocks for the high-speed hitters to start set number 2.
Erica Santos out of La Salle. 3 serving 1. This, by the way, is the first lead of the high-speed hitters in the match. Isa Molde. Davison, terrific dig. Running attack, Majoy Baron. Got it. Let's check in courtside with Jana Ejido.
I got an interesting outlook from Coach Rodrigo Fort of the PLDT high-speed hitters, Eric and Neil, with regard to the approach of PLDT here in today's game. As we know, they are starting the back foot of this series, and Coach Rod says instead of focusing on getting the win immediately, they are starting with the house, and it all begins by gaining control to put themselves in a position where they know they are confident. And this is exactly what they learned from in game number 1. They lost control of that game in the last 3 sets. And today, as they still have time to rectify that set 1 result, PLDT fans will sure hope they get this sorted out and a hope to possibly extend this series. Eric and Neil?
All right, thank you, Jana. Well, they got a better grip of this set. They're up by 4. Tubino coming off an attack error. Overpass, and Nunag puts it away. Those are the things they've got to avoid if you're PLDT.
And we also have to commend the serving of PLDT. We saw a lot of out-of-system broken plays from the Flying Titans.
Cherry Nunag, only 2 points, but she started in all of the 5 sets in game number 1.
And that's a good pass from Davison.
Underhand coming from Alba to Tubino, blocked again. Third kill block for the high-speed hitters in set 2.
Hindi man nila makuha sa offense, pwede na idaan sa defense. You know that PLDT is also a good blocking team. Majoy Baron is there, Savvy Davison, Del Palomata, Mika Reyes.
Overpass. And Majoy Baron will score. Yep, PLDT high-speed hitters are the #1, or is the #1 blocking team coming into this game.
So the numbers in set number 1 were surprising because they weren't there defensively.
Good serve. Another almost. Well, doesn't have to be an overpass anymore as Mars Alba unable to control the second touch. It's an 8-2 start for the high-speed hitters, second set.
Na-miss niyo ba yung game namin? Kung na-miss niyo, subscribe na to our YouTube channel. Subscribe na!
Right now, the Flying Titans find themselves trailing by their biggest deficit so far in the match. High-speed hitters, after losing by 10 in the first set, they have bounced back big time. They've, you can say, turned it around, Neil.
Yeah, sometimes may mga teams na nabubulaga lang sa first set based on the pace of their opponent. But now you see na mas stable na yung passing ng PLDT. And when it comes to passing, kailangan nilang pabagalin yung bola.
That's Guillermo Paredes, president of the FIVB Rules of the Game Second Refereeing Commission. They're here training referees in preparation for the 2025 FIVB World Championships in the men's division, which happens September. Meantime, it looks like the high-speed hitters have settled down. Bad pass there, a short one. And great dig coming from Ceballos and Majoy Baron. Starting to wax hot Baron. Now with 6 points, 4 coming in the second set.
I guess for PLDT, pag gumagana yung defense nila, mas gumagana din yung offense nila. Again, those two skill sets are connected somehow.
It sort of feeds each other. Tubino. What a save by Arado. There's a chance ball for the Flying Titans. Alba took a peek. Gave it to Molde for the kill.
Much needed side out for the Flying Titans.
Spike of the set brought to you by Duncan Pasalubong ng Bayan. First point for Isa Molde here in set number 2. She's got 4. Tubino passes, battle at the net. Won by Alba.
And Molde out.
Back-to-back points for Choco Mucho. Savvy Davidson is in the front row for the high-speed hitters, so they can build on this lead and make a run to equalize.
There's a block against Baron. Two-handed push by Davidson against Pecaña. Molde bounces it off the block. Davidson. Via General popping it up. Here comes Molde. Doesn't like how it was coming to her, so it's an underhand easy over for Molde. Davidson from the middle. Davidson tips it. Davidson like a pogo stick, bouncing around everywhere.
Nobody home. Choco Mucho.
Take a look at the second jump. Six-point lead for the high-speed hitters. Isa Molde. Davison looking for the down the line, and she got it.
Savvy Davison is on fire here in set number 2. That point will force Coach Dante to call for time.
Pasa natin, napakababa na. Okay, nakaintindihan. Then yung opensa natin, kapag may receive tayo, sobrang down. Every time na papalo tayo. Kumpiyansa naman, every time mabigay sa inyo yung bola, kumpiyansa. Then yung break point natin, trabuhin natin, di ba? Every time mag-base tayo kasi pag magandang receive, ang ginagawa nila, pinupush ng middle, left and right. Okay? Isa-isahin lang natin muna. Importante lang, makapasa tayo. Then yung break point natin, ha?
First time out for Coach Dante Elinsunuri. He's got one more remaining. CC Rondina has 4 points, but CC has not scored yet in set number 2. Tubino, only 1 point in set number 2 after scoring 5 in the first set. There's a block against Pecaña. Mika Reyes.
It's the 4th kill block already for the high-speed hitters.
Meantime, only 2 blocks for the high-speed, or for the Flying Titans, and that was way back in set number 1. Chance ball. Davison got it.
Choco Mucho looks lost here in set number 2.
Well, what has turned around, Neil? I mean, for both teams.
It's the same for PLDT. It's their strong serving and the net defense. That's why they're holding on to a 9-point lead. And as for Choco Mucho, Mas nahihirapan sila to establish a good point of attack. Basang-basa na ng blockers ng PLDT kung saan pupunta si Mars Alba. And that's another kill block again for the high-speed hitters. Kill block number 5.
And specifically for Mika Reyes, that's her second straight block. And it's a 10-point lead right away for the high-speed hitters. Yeah, nice side out for Isa Molde, her second point of set number 2.
It's like the mirror image of set number 1. This time it's Choco Mucho struggling on the service reception.
Well, we expected nothing less from both teams, so it was kind of like an anomaly, that first set. Mika Reyes, one-handed dig there for Isa Molde. Tubino just pushes it across the net. Davidson. Yeah, nice dig for Tubino. Si Rondina flying in. Arado with a beautiful dig. Davidson again. Popped up by General. Look out, Rondina on the way. There's a nice block, but coverage by General. Crowd going crazy. Leaps in every shot. Arado scores a point. Can you believe that?
Wow, Kat Arado finding zone 1 open on the floor of Choco Mucho. Look at that.
How often do you see the libero scoring? You know, we're just in set number 2 and we've practically seen everything.
10-point lead naman ngayon for PLDT.
Ponce pumps it up. CC. And a rare let go for the high-speed hitters. They're usually very quick with the digs and coverage. That one just slipped by everyone. Picaña out of Arellano in college with a serve. Davidson off-speed hit, yes.
Cut shot works for Savvy Davidson.
10-point lead once again, 16-6. Second technical timeout. High-speed hitters on top.
Bitin na kayo sa games? Watch all the replays on PVL YouTube channel. Subscribe!
Sophie Buena injured her knee several games ago. UAAP Season 87 Volleyball is live and exclusive here on Signal. Watch it all on the UAAP Varsity Channel, One Sports, and Pilipinas Live, because legends start here.
That was Brian Castro also from the Ateneo Blue Eagles. Enjoying PVL action.
And we hope you are enjoying as well, because it has been nothing but thrilling so far. First set and a half between these two teams. It's been blowouts, but everybody's loving it. It was a blowout in favor of the Flying Titans in the first set, and now the high-speed hitters, it's a block party.
That's a big point for Piolo Ceballos. I mean, getting a single block against CC Rondina. Look at that.
That'll be the 6th block of the set alone for the high-speed hitters. Rare error from Davidson, who has bounced back after a subpar performance in the opening set. Santos. Tubino, right place, right time for the coverage. CC Rondina, cross-court, Ceballos with a dig. Alcantara to Davidson, bounces it off the net and scores. Everything falling for the high-speed hitters.
That's point number 8 for Savvy Davidson. She's leading all scorers from the PLDT side. Baron with 6 for Choco Mucho. It's Tubino with 6 and Rondina with 5.
But what's great about Davidson is she only scored 2 points in the first set. That's 6 points she scored in set number 2 as Rondina just her second point of the second set.
It's about recovery for Savvy Davidson. Yes, it was a bad first set for them. But now, look at the score, 18-8 in favor of the high-speed hitters.
Only 7 points away from equalizing. Baron, dug by Alba, so General played setter. There's a block again against Molde. Tubino, block! Rondina keeping it alive. A chance ball for the red shirts. Alcantara, combination play. Santos sends it outside.
Just too strong on that combination play.
She will definitely want that one back. Erica Santos had a really good look across the net. CC Rondina with the serve. Davidson, much better pass now. Santos, papabawiin, and she got it.
Oh, Santos.
Erica Santos now with 5 points. No runs for the Flying Titans. Good serve. But a great pass coming from Tang Ponce. Back row, Rondina got it.
Back.
CC Rondina has to pick up the pace. They're looking at a 9-point deficit. Babalik ulit si Des Cheng in the hopes of scoring a couple of aces from the service line.
Des Cheng. Great recovery after tearing her right ACL back in October 2023. Great pass from Davidson. Ceballos block. Alcantara with the first touch. Arado passes back to Ceballos. Des Cheng popping it up. Back row for Rondina. Block by Majoy Baron. What was that? Block number 7?
Yeah. 6 or 7.
Wow.
They almost, I mean, the high-speed hitters have almost as many points as, or block points as the attack points of the Flying Titans. Molde. Ceballos picking it up. This is a bad pass. Alba back to Molde. Ceballos with the dig. Davidson. Rondina with the dig. Davidson passing. Baron, drop shot, got it.
Right behind.
Wow. What a turnaround by the high-speed hitters. Started off with their net defense. Now, we've seen a lot of different points of attack already from Angge Alcantara.
Malayo, pero importante lang makakuha lang tayo ng momentum. Ha? Momentum lang importante. Pabalik natin yung ginagawa natin kanina ng percent. Okay? Nakaintindihan? Guys, unahin natin muna ang depensa. Maraming papalo. Okay? Depensa, maraming mag-set. Pero ang problema, pag inuna natin ang palo, walang magdidepensa.
Yes, coach.
Okay? Sige, go.
Kaya yan, 11. Kaya yan, ha? Kaya yan, Fred.
I love the confidence.
It's the same battle cry. Yan din yung battle cry ng PLDT ng set number 1. Let's get some momentum before we enter the next set. Because, again, I mean, let's be honest, malaki itong 11-point lead na to. It's very hard to come back from this situation.
That's the last time out, by the way, for Coach Dante Linsanurin, and I stand corrected. 7 attack points for the Flying Titans in set number 2. That just as many block points scored by the high-speed hitters. The 10-point game. Tubino, only 1 point she scored in set number 2 after scoring 5 in set number 1. She's one of the biggest differences here. Tang Ponce with a great pass. Molde looking for the down the line and misses everything.
That's back-to-back unforced errors for the Flying Titans. One off the service line and one off the attack. They will be challenging for a net fault against the high-speed hitters.
Maybe a little bit more wishful thinking than anything. Coach Alin Sinurin without timeouts using this one as a pseudo timeout to talk to the ladies. And like what Neil said, just try and build momentum because it's almost an insurmountable deficit right now. They're down by 11. And the high-speed hitters only need 3 points to win the set. So you just got to build momentum hoping that you have a better start in set number 3.
Wala pa tayo nakikitang dikit na set.
Yeah.
Diba? It has been blowout sets
10-point
so
win.
far. 10, 11-point lead for both teams.
So it's not a block touch challenge. It's not a ball in, ball out challenge. A net fault challenge, they're saying here. What a turnaround it is for the high-speed hitters. Just when it looked like they got shell-shocked in the opening set against the Flying Titans, who won by 10, 25-15. They've really turned it around. Brushed off that bad first set like it was nothing. Well, if you're the Flying Titans, Neil, what are the things to fine-tune going into set 3?
Same kagaya ng sa PLDT kanina. Pasa muna tayo ulit because na-disrupt talaga yung defensive pattern nila. Hindi umaabot sa setter's box. Yung receives, pati yung floor defense nila, it was shaky here in the second set. They weren't able to get a lot of touches on the attacks of the high-speed hitters as well.
So unsuccessful challenge. No surprise there. And the lead is now 12, the biggest for the high-speed hitters. Davidson. Oh, what a shot for Savvy Davidson. He's got 9 already.
Everybody felt the power in that hit.
Yeah. 7 of her 9 points. Davidson coming in set number 2. And this is 15 set points for the high-speed hitters. Low. It's going to be a chance ball for the high-speed hitters, but a bad pass by Ceballos. So a set point save by Mars Alba.
There were a lot of overpasses in that last sequence.
And still a very considerable margin here. Davidson for the win. Got it.
Savvy Davidson now in double digits. 10 points.
And what a statement high-speed hitters make in set number 2 after losing by 10 in the first set. They bounce back and win by double digits to tie game number 2 at 1 set apiece.
Player highlights, we got you covered. Subscribe now to the PVL YouTube channel. Subscribe!
You're still watching the quarterfinal round of the All-Filipino Conference of the PVL. We are now tied at 1 set apiece. PLDT was able to adjust their sails in set number 2 to equalize with the Flying Titans. It was a block party for the high-speed hitters as they got 6 kill blocks against the attackers of Choco Mucho. There was also a dip in the efficiency rate of Choco Mucho in attacking from 33% in set number 1. It dropped down to 17% in set number 2. They even had more attempts in attacks, 48 attempts compared to the 41 of the high-speed hitters. But again, when Savvy Davidson is on talaga siya. And it's very difficult to stop her. Look at the disparity in the attacking department. 15 compared to the 8 of Choco Mucho, which was surprising because in set number 1, we saw a balanced effort from all of their attackers. Everybody got their numbers. And they also got points from the blocks and the service. Pero in set number 2, nawala lahat yon because PLDT just controlled every aspect of that set.
And just to stress your point about Savvy Davidson being on, she's got 10 points. She's the only player in double digits in 8 of the 10 just in 1 set.
It doesn't matter how you start, it's how you bounce back, it's how you end. And if PLDT continues to play like this, we might just head into a rubber match. But set number 3 is the swing set. Let's see if mas dikit na yung makikita natin or if it will be another blowout set for either team.
Well, if you follow the law of averages, you obviously are expecting a bounce back from the Flying Titans. Royce Tubino, after scoring 5 points in the first set, only 1 point in set number 2. She obviously is the missing link here. Mars Alba also very aggressive in the first set. Aside from orchestrating and running the offense, she scored 3 points. She couldn't get their offense going in set number 2.
There will be a change in the starting unit of Coach Dante Linsunurin. Micah Ortiz will occupy the middle blocker position. And later on, you might just see Dina Wong check in again just to change the tempo of the game. PLDT, it's the same starting 6.
Micah Ortiz usually checks in as a starter in set number 3. That's what she did in game number 1. She scored 3 points, all from blocks. So let's see if she can be the difference maker for the Flying Titans after a blowout loss in set number 2. Here we go. There's a nice block to start things off as the Flying Titans give the high-speed hitters a taste of their own medicine. Block of the set brought to you by East West Bank, the official bank of the PVL All-Filipino Conference.
Kailangan mabalik ng Choco Mucho yung numbers nila in blocking and in serving.
Oh, a bad pass there. Again, they target Savvy Davidson, and it didn't pay off in the second set, but it did. It's starting to again here in set number 3.
Quick 2-point lead for Choco Mucho. Got a point off the block, and now they got a point off the Alba ace.
This time, Ceballos with the receive. Davidson back row, targeting Alba. And it pays off. You serve to me, I'll spike to you, says Savvy Davidson.
Savvy Davidson is always ready for that macro attack. Kahit na broken play, that's still an option for the high-speed hitters.
11 points now for Savvy Davidson. There are the numbers for Erica Santos. Short pass coming from Tang Ponce. Santos popping it up. The set by Baron to Ceballos, who's blocked. Alcantara back to Ceballos. Got it. Let's check in with Jana Ejido.
Eric and Neil, this match could favor any team at this very moment. And if there's anything we learned from game 1, well, the magic bullets, they surely will be coming to play here in game number 2. And I got to speak with Isa Molde, who came off the bench in game 1, and she told me that even she was surprised of her performance, saying she wasn't even supposed to play because of a leg strain last Saturday. But with her coaches constantly telling her to stay ready, boy, was she ready. Isa tells me, sa hirap ng laro at yung rallies, yung crowd talaga yung bumuhay sa akin. Well, that Choco Mucho crowd is sure loud here today in the Phil Sports Arena, and all to play for to get the lead in set 3. Eric and Neil.
All right, thank you, Jana. Well, the high-speed hitters, thin fan club because the Flying Titans outnumber them here inside the Phil Sports. What feels like 10-1. Back row, Davidson with a push. Tubino. And nice position for the dig. Erica Santos. Ceballos. Drop shot. Alcantara back to Ceballos looking for point number 6. And she got it. Oh no, the rally continues. Back row, Rondina. A little help from the net cord and the crowd goes wild.
PLDT was asking for a 4 touches violation.
It seemed like it.
Again, habang wala pang pito yung referee, he can't stop moving.
Rondina now with 9 points. 2-point lead for the Flying Titans. A block against Baron by Isa Molde. What a dig for Rondina. Tubino. Yes!
Narinig ka niya. Eric. Again, she was the missing link, I guess, in set number 2. Now she's getting early touches here in the 3rd frame.
Just the 2nd point for Tubino. Another ace. Davidson starting to struggle again. Rondina now in double digits with 10.
Has been a seesaw battle in service reception between PLDT and Choco Mucho.
Early timeout for Val Ricafort. We'll listen in.
Yun yung una, anticipate nyo na sa area. Pangalawa, kapag may good pass, nakakapagbigay naman. Pwede rin. Pero pag alanganin talaga yung sinet, pwede isang reset, nakaka-play tayo ulit.
Pag medyo mataas yung set sa'yo sa running, nasa cross-court yung bantay niya. Binubuksan yung line.
Talaga pag dikit sa'yo. Pag maganda, go mo, paluin mo lang. Let's go, let's go!
Hey, PLDT!
I love listening to the timeouts of Coach Ral Ricafort because it's very simple. I mean, he pinpoints very specific details, the specific movements, kung ano yung kailangan nilang ma-adjust. Now it's the reception. As long as they get a good receive, they can convert off their attacks.
That's the problem. Davidson has been the target and she hasn't been able to pass well. There's a good pass coming from Arado. Ceballos, but that's an off-system play. General passes. Molde with a drop attempt. Alcantara back to Ceballos. Got it.
Powerful swing from Piola Ceballos. Got the go signal from Coach Ral Ricafort. As long as you get a good set, go for it.
You have a chance. That's the 6th point for Ceballos. Again, coming off an 11-point performance in game number 1. What a pass coming from Tang Ponce. Santos underhand, easy over. Molde. Santos picking it up. Here comes Davidson. She's in the front. Yes.
Okay, Alcantara has to maximize this rotation. You'll get instant points every time Savvy Davidson is up front.
12 points for Savannah. Savvy Davidson. Bad receive coming from Ponce. So it's an easy over for Molde. Majoy Baron right from the middle.
Great recognition from Alcantara. You want to give Savvy Davidson a loose block and makukuha mo yun. You actually give a couple of sets to Majoy Baron.
Baron with 9 points. We mentioned she's coming off a 10-point performance. Tubino, cross court. Alcantara picks it up. Ceballos will push it and just missed the line by probably an inch. That stops the run of the high-speed hitters, but they are within 2. Only 1 timeout remaining for Ral Ricafort. Davidson got it again. Now 13 points for Davidson.
On pace to match her output in the last game. Again, she had 25 points in that 5-set match.
She's got a couple of 34-point games, Savvy Davidson. You think she's going to need 30 or more?
Pwede.
Oh, what a response from Tubino. 8 points. A 2-point lead, Flying Titans against the high-speed hitters, set number 3.
Na-miss niyo ba yung game namin? Kung na-miss niyo, subscribe na to our YouTube channel. Subscribe na!
Get your daily dose of sports updates on Starting Lineup with Neil tomorrow. Monday to Friday, it happens 6:30 p.m. on Pilipinas Live. And One Deuce also available on One Sports and One Sports Plus. And you're looking at the crop of referees getting a refresher course in preparation again for the 2025 FIVB Men's World Championship. Bad rotation for the high-speed hitters after the first technical timeout, Neil.
These are the errors na dapat iniiwasan ng mga teams. I mean, we came from a technical timeout. So dapat mas aware sila sa possessions nila on the floor.
Davidson just unstoppable when she's in front now with 14.
She's been asking for the ball. She is very vocal right now.
Spike of the set brought to you by Duncan, pasalubong ng bayan. Molde bounces it off the block.
Hit out.
Smart move from Isa Molde getting that hit out against Erica Santos.
Molde now with 6 points. Davidson, off-speed hit, picked up by Tubino. Here comes Rondina. 11 points now for CC Rondina.
Another hit out for Choco Mucho. It's a 4-point lead for the Flying Titans.
And we were looking for a tighter set. It seems like we've got it now. Alcantara, Mika Reyes mistimed it, so an easy dig for Molde. Rondina, yeah, too close to the net, got it to trickle over. Alcantara to Santos this time. Tubino with a dig. Alba back to Rondina. Arado popping it up. Davison blocked by Ortiz. Dump attempt. Flying in from out of nowhere. General for the dig. Rondina is blocked. Oh, and a quick answer by Micah Ortiz. Her first point of the match.
These are the key contributions from the bench players. They might not score a lot, but again, yung paisa-isa na yon, malaking tulong for Choco Mucho.
And it's not the point. It's more of the confidence-boosting effects that it has for the team and keeps the run going. Davison blocked again.
Turn back.
What
By
a
Ortiz
magic
and
pull-up,
Alba.
as Jana was talking about earlier. Micah Ortiz.
Like deja vu from their last outing. Set number 3 was the set na nagpalasa si Coach Dante ng players, and he's getting quality minutes from Micah Ortiz.
Biggest lead at 6 points for the Flying Titans. Finally, a side out for Davison, now with 15 points.
That's the good thing about Savvy Davison. Even if she gets blocked the first time, hindi bababa yung confidence niya.
Davison lot of NCAA experience in the U.S. Played it for New Mexico State and also for Oklahoma University. Si Rondina out of USD. Now with 12 points.
Mukhang maghahabulan lang sila ng output ni Savvy Davidson. Powerful hit out from CC Rondina. That was already out of reach for the defenders of PLDT.
Davidson, much better pass. Ceballos. Alcantara with coverage. Davidson from the back. It's outside.
That is out.
It has now ballooned to 7 for the Flying Titans. All thanks to that woman on your screen, Micah Ortiz, instant impact off the bench.
One of the most veteran players at 33 years old. Service fault for Micah Ortiz, also a former USD player. Coach Dante Alinsunurin, you can't tell from his facial expression if they're up or if they're trailing. 9 serving 15, just when we thought it was going to be a close one. Flying Titans pull away. Davidson with a dig. Ceballos attacking, blocked again. They've been able to check Ceballos, but take a look.
One-handed block.
Joy Baron with a one-handed block against Cherry Lunag.
Joy Baron getting her touches on the defensive end of things. Kaya kahit na ma-feel mo na late ka, you still have to try to go up for that block. Because you never know, you might get a good touch on it. That was a perfect example of it. One-handed kill block for Majoy Baron.
Alcantara with the first touch. It's a 5-point game. Santos. Alba back to Rondina. And Rondina is blocked, but there's coverage by Tang Ponce. Back row for Tubino. Majoy Baron again. Back-to-back points for Majoy Baron. They've made it a 4-point game now.
Loving the connection of Alcantara and Baron. They've been connecting on those quick attacks. Now lead is down to 4.
Choco Mucho. Kung mo siya pag-i-pad yung para dito. Pero, akunin natin ito para si Ate Che, takbo rito. In case na hindi sumama dito, kaya-kaya mo dito.
Kaya na.
Oh, go. Go.
Both teams with 1 timeout remaining.
Coach Dante is asking for 1 good stop.
That 7-point lead of Alba Rondina and the Flying Titans now down to 4. Momentum shifting a bit towards the high-speed hitters.
Mars Alba can go for a split block, slide attack for Cherry Lunag, and a simple C-set for CC Rondina.
Tang Ponce passing. Combination play, Rondina. Oh, what a dig for Mika Reyes. Alba with a hit. Alba catches the line. That is point number 7 for Alba, and side out. Flying Titans, they're up by 5.
Bitin ba kayo sa games? Watch all the replays on PVL YouTube channel. Subscribe!
SB Finance ang BFF na malalapitan. Obviously, high-speed hitters fans. Game number 2 action right here at the Phil Sports Arena. We're tied at 1 set apiece, but the Flying Titans up by 5, 16-11. here in set number 3. Another bad pass, that one from Arado. And an easy block for Cherry Nudag.
Tables have turned. Choco Mucho is now controlling the net. They're getting their touches on the block. And yung nagsa-stand out talaga na number sa akin would be the 7 points of Mars Alba.
That
he even has more points compared to the other attackers of Choco Mucho.
Such as Nudag and Molde. And there's an answer. Majoy Baron coming alive here in set number 3. She's got 12 already. But going back to Mars Alba, that's a conference high 7 points for Mars Alba already.
Here comes the double sub of Coach Raldrica fourth. Hindi and Kim Fajardo again. Majoy Baron has been the silent operator for the high-speed hitters.
Kim D scoring 1 point in the first set. She didn't see much action in set number 2. Cherry Nudag now has 6 points. Soft touch, Majoy Baron. And 13 points for Majoy Baron. She scored at least the last 3 points of the high-speed hitters.
And she's just 2 points behind the production of Savvy Davidson.
Five-point game, Ceballos. Nudag, yes, Nudag has scored 3 points of her 7 here in the third set.
And that's back-to-back points for Cherry Nudag. Pasok ulit si Des Cheng to replace Cherry Nudag on the service line.
Des Cheng, a 3-time Palarong Pambansa MVP. She's a 2-time UAAP champion. And a former finals MVP. That was in season 79. A bad pass from Davidson. Gets it back. Davidson, the drop shot. And it's good.
And they're exclusively targeting Savvy Davidson on the serve. But she knows how to adjust pagdating sa mga out-of-system plays. That's it for the substitution of Coach Dante. Now Coach Rald will field in Joey Prado.
That's a big change-up because Prado did not play in the last game. In fact, she's hardly scored at all in this conference.
A tough error for Joey Prado. 6-point lead for Choco Mucho.
Six-point cushion for Tubino and the Flying Titans. 20-14. Mika Reyes, a nice dig from Tubino. Molde. That coverage coming from Micah Ortiz to keep this rally alive. And Kim D. And net touch they're going to call on Ortiz, I believe.
No challenge from Choco Mucho. We saw that net fog.
Call that on Tubino. Beg your pardon. Alcantara is back in along with Erica Santos. It's the same team, I believe, as Mars Alba. Same batch, right? And they're going against one another in this game. Back row, Rondina. Yes! 13 points now. Baker's dozen for CC Rondina.
At this point, Choco Mucho can just exchange points with the PLDT.
Biggest lead was 7 points for the Flying Titans. It sits at 6 right now. Another dig coming from Tubino, but a bad pass. Santos can't put it away. Rondina, cut shot. Davidson pops it up. Mika Reyes barely made contact with the ball. Tubino from the back row. Yes! Everything falling in this time for the Flying Titans.
Miscue between Angge Alcantara and Viola Ceballos. So it's so important to stick to your zone. Once na nag-overlap yung zones ng dalawang defenders, mas nagkakamali sila on the dig.
2 players now in double digits for the Flying Titans. 13 for Rondina, 10 for Tubino. After scoring only 1 point in the second set, Tubino really come alive. Here in set number 3, Santos answers.
Has been a quiet day for Erica Santos, and she was the second top scorer in the last game with 14 markers.
Still a long way back for Davidson and the high-speed hitters. Down by 6. Rondina. There's a nice pass. Ceballos, drop shot, got it.
That is money for Piola Ceballos. Everybody was already anticipating a strong hit. They forgot about those drop balls.
Well, Ceballos, she wasn't hitting that many of those shots here in set number 3. Santos, and a couple of drop shots.
Soft touches have been working for the high-speed hitters.
And Coach Dante Alinsunurin will burn his final timeout trying to protect this 4-point lead.
Guys, asa? Pati Mike, sibuan tayo. Dito ka, di ba? Magpakita ka dito. Then, pwede rito. Okay, then dito. Kaya tayo. Ngayon guys, yung pasa natin, almost lagi lang nandito. Kaya yung itong middle nakakahabol lagi. Tulak pa natin konti. Ha, para yung middle natin, may involve sa offense natin, ha? Go.
Isa lang. Bawi lang. Choco Mucho!
Couple of adjustments need to be made. There's a defensive pattern ng Choco Mucho. Again, you just need to be in the proper position to be able to catch up dun sa mga drop balls. Yes, PLDT is a strong hitting team, but they also go to these soft touches, lalo na pag-established na yung blocking ng Choco Mucho.
Rondina. And one of the first blocks here in set number 3. No, I believe that went through. I beg your pardon.
That's just sheer power from CC Rondina.
So 14 points now for Rondina as Arocha checks in for the first time today. Almost got an ace. Back to the Flying Titans. A free ball. Rondina. And there's the block.
So it was just too close to the net for CC Rondina.
They give the block to Reyes. No, Santos will be credited for the block. That's her second block of the game. Four points down. High-speed hitters. Flying Titans 2 points away from winning set number 3. Baron pops it up. Ceballos. Easy dig for Isamolde. Rondina blocked again and falls on the line.
PLDT is now gaining momentum here in the tail end of set number 3. That's 2 kill blocks against CC Rondina.
And both from Erica Santos. She's got 9 points already. Also 2 players in double digits for the high-speed hitters. They're led by Davidson and Baron. What a nice hit for Cherry Nunag to put the high-speed or the Flying Titans at 4 set points.
Mark Alba just wanting to change things up by giving a set to Cherry Nunag.
Alba's got a full front line. That includes Rondina, Nunag, and Tubino. They can put it away right here. Tubino. Alcantara passes. Santos with a push. Alba, this time to Rondina. Blocked again. Tubino with a hit. Santos bounces it off the block. Nunag keeping it alive. CC. Longest rally of the third set. Davidson, back row. Rondina. Popped up by Arado. Santos through the block of Rondina, and a set point is saved.
Has been a battle between two scoring machines, Savvy Davidson and CC Rondina, but at the end of that rally, it was Erica Santos put that ball away, now with 10 points.
So she's the third player in double digits. Santos. Alba to CC. Off speed. Alcantara popping it up. Arado will set it. Ceballos. Oh, what a shot! What a cut shot for Viola Ceballos. She's got 8 points and another set point saved by the high-speed hitters.
Flying Titans are feeling the pressure right now. They're letting go of these small balls.
And they have no more timeouts remaining. 2 set points to go for the high-speed hitters. Tubino. Arado right there for the dig. Ceballos again. Oh, back-to-back points for Viola Ceballos, and only 1 set point to save for the high-speed hitters.
Wow, Kat Arado has just been the anchor of the defense of PLDT. Every time she gets a dig, nako-convert agad ng frontliners yung sets ni Angge Alcantara.
Rondina. Oh, CC Rondina finally says enough is enough. Drills a kill right into the chest of Savvy Davidson.
Savvy Davidson was in the proper position, but she just wasn't able to pop that ball up. Choco Mucho is just 1 set away from securing our first semifinal seed.
Player highlights, we got you covered. Subscribe now to the PVL YouTube channel. Subscribe!
.29-minute third set, which was fully controlled by the Flying Titans. They led by as many as 7. They never trailed from start to finish, although the high-speed hitters made a good run towards the end. Got within 2 after saving 2 set points, but they never got any further. Take a look at the highlights of set number 3, and it was a good start for the Flying Titans. They really got their groove back after getting blown out in set number 2. CC Rondina scoring 15 points, 8 in set number 3. Meanwhile, Viola Ceballos with nice touches towards the end, allowing high-speed hitters to get back in the game. Mars Aba also coming alive, scoring 7 points in set through 3 sets, one of her highest scoring games as we crunched the numbers.
Choco Mucho was able to match the output of PLDT in the blocking department, 3 apiece. Dikit lang din tayo when it comes to offense. Actually, PLDT had more attacks compared to Choco Mucho, but in the end, it was the unforced errors also that made the difference.
Now let's revisit the matchup between the 2 stars from each team, Savvy Davidson and CC Rondina.
You know, we know that these 2 players are prolific scorers. They've been leading their team. Now, CC Rondina has 15 points. Savvy Davidson has 16 points. So I guess it will boil down to the efficiency of their attacks, because it is obvious that they're getting the most number of sets in every frame that we play in.
But right now, Mars Alba and the rest of the Flying Titans, like what you said, Neil, a set away from a semi-finals stint. So Majoy Baron and the rest of the high-speed hitters, they've got their work cut out for them here in set number 4. Oh, what a bad start there. Service fault coming from Mika Reyes. Flying Titans finished the All-Filipino Conference last year in 2nd place. They want to make a return. General passes to Molde. Parado to Alcantara. Here comes Baron, blocked by Nunag. Viola Cepalios, another drop shot. Pancake save there by Alba. Santos off a piston play. Nunag comes up short. And the whistle is there. At that point, going to the high-speed hitters.
Coach Dante will challenge for a net fault violation. Nunag is claiming that it was the ball that hit the net. It wasn't her hands.
Well, for the Flying Titans, it was a rough 2024. They finished 9th in the Reinforced Conference late last year. They had a really good stint, just losing to the Cool Smashers in the finals of the All-Filipino Conference last year.
Now, the winner of this quarterfinals matchup will go up against the winner of Creamline and Cherry Tigo. That will be the semifinals matchup.
So here's the challenge.
Yep, it was really the ball that hit the net. So that's a good challenge from Choco Mucho.
So
he will be replaying the point.
Right. So it's going to be an early matchup between the sister teams if the Flying Titans succeed in defeating the high-speed hitters today. And that is also if the Cool Smashers, not to discount that matchup, finish that series in 2 games. And net touch this time against the high-speed hitters are saying we did not, so there will be a challenge.
Challenge. By round robin lahat mga kalaban. Edit.
Meantime, the high-speed hitters finished 5th in the All-Filipino Conference, and then right after 4th in the Reinforced Conference last year.
All right, let me just correct myself. It's going to be a round-robin format.
you got a little excited.
I got a little bit too excited. It's going to be a round-robin format in the semi-finals. And this is something new in the PVL. Nasanay tayo na. It's 1-4-2-3. And again, we welcome this new format, the All-Filipino Conference.
All right, so Neil got all the fans salivating on a Cool Smashers Flying Titans matchup. But it's not going to be the case, as it will be a round robin. All right, so successful challenge as well for the high-speed hitters. We will replay the point once again. So twice we've replayed this point already. Tubino is blocked. Back row, Rondina. Excellent dig coming from Alcantara. Erica Santos is popped up by Bia General. Molde sends it outside. Let's check in with Jana Ejido.
Hey, Eric and Neil. I just want to add more of my conversation that I had with Savvy Davidson earlier, because I got to ask her, what is it going to take to extend the series? And to that, Savvy coolly told me, lots of focus. Savvy adds that the team could get easily distracted, whether it's the crowd or the rallies. And in her words, she says, the game could get so busy, we lose our focus, and we continue telling ourselves 1 point point at a time. Well, as we saw the final exchanges of set number 3, Eric and Neil, each point will surely matter, with PLDT semis hopes hanging in the balance. Eric and Neil.
Thanks very much, Jana. PLDT up by 1 point. Davidson popping it up. Majoy Baron, that is dug up by Alba. Tupino punches it through the double block.
And there's also in double digits already 12 markers to support the 15 points of CC Rondina. Meanwhile, for the high-speed hitters, 3 players are in double digits. Ceballos, Baron, and Davidson.
Actually, that's 4 players, including Santos. And that one scored by the Flying Titans. So very quickly, a 2-point run for Choco Mucho to retake the lead, 3-2. 26-year-old Cherry Nunag serves it outside. She's back with the braids again, right? Are those, am I correct?
Yep.
Not well versed with the terms and the hairstyles, but it looks like she's back with her statement hairstyle. Ortiz is blocked. A little stare down as well from Majoy Baron.
If it boosts their confidence, why not? She's been playing well defensively for the high-speed hitters. That's why she's number 3 blocker of the league after the preliminaries.
That's right. Baron already with that's her 3rd block. 2 players rolling over for the Flying Titans. Davidson trying to take advantage, is blocked up top. Alba goes to Tubino. What a dig from Arado. Davidson again. Yes!
17 points for Savvy Davidson. Again, we have to give credit to Kat Arado.
Yeah.
Ang galing niya talaga niya magbasa ng attackers ng Choco Mucho. She's always in the right position for the dig.
Number 3 digger of the conference so far as Ceballos serves it outside. Second service fault for Ceballos.
And they have to be careful about these unforced errors. In the last game, they committed that crucial service error in the end stretch of set number 5.
Combination play. And an easy, what looks like a top shot from Davidson. 18 points now.
Mukha namang maabot niya yung 25 points in this game. If we go to a deciding set, 30 would be the target for Savvy Davidson.
Great pass by Tang Ponce. And Tang Ponce coming up short on the dig attempt as the high-speed hitters quietly building a 3-point lead. So a challenge, a floor touch challenge. They are saying, the high-speed, or the Flying Titan saying, there was a good save. Coach Dante Elensunurin, been the head coach of the Flying Titans since 2022. Definitely no floor touch, so it's a good save by Tang Ponce. And
that
now
was a valid pancake save from Tang Ponce.
And Alcantara getting clarification from Erlindo Eusebio.
Kasi nung pagbagbagan ng bola, tumama sa kamay niya, nag-whistle na ako, hindi pa patay ang bola. Nag-whistle na ako.
Dinito mo yung floor touch kaya...
Oh.
All right, so here's the official decision. Yeah, it will be replay the point. So this is the 3rd time it's happened here in set number 4. Raldrick Fort shouting out instructions. Alba to Ortiz. Yes.
Finding the corner pocket open. That's 3 points already for Mike Ortiz.
So matching her output in game number 1, Mike Ortiz. Now a chance to tayo on the Isa Molde serve. Really tough pass and a chase there for Alcantara. So it's a chance ball. Flying Titans. Rondina popped up by Ceballos. Arado will set it up to Davidson. What a dig for Molde. Rondina dug up by Arado. Davidson again.
Davidson down the line.
Now 19 for Davidson.
Arado just making it look so easy in popping up the balls from CC Rondina.
Service fault for the former Adamson Baby Falcon, Angge Alcantara, who had 21 excellent sets in that 5-set loss.
PLDT has to take care of this 1-point lead. And it's win or go home for them.
One-handed dig coming from Isa Molde, and it's no good. 2-point lead for the high-speed hitters, 8-6 against the Flying Titans, set number 4.
Na-miss niyo ba yung game namin? Kung na-miss niyo, subscribe na to our YouTube channel. Subscribe na!
The games may be over, but the storytelling continues. Witness the journey before the glory. This is our team, the Golden Age. New episodes every Friday on One Sports Plus, and Pilipinas Live. There are a few of the Crisscross King Crunchers in the house, including Ispo Borosa, Jaron Riquinton, Rex Intal, and Kim Malabunga.
Yeah, they're now preparing for the semifinals of the Spikers Turf.
Catch that on Sunday at the Inaras Arena here in Pasig, as Rondina now with 16 points. And back to a 1-point game.
Halfway from her previous output.
31. Her biggest scoring game so far in the All-Filipino Conference. Mika Reyes drop shot. Good save. Another chance ball. Opportunity to put it away here. Santos off the block of Rondina. Well, you appreciate how the high-speed hitters are able to protect this lead.
Now, Angge Alcantara will have 3 attackers up front. Every time you're in that 3-woman hitter pattern, dyan ka dapat tumatagal eh. Kasi offense and defense kompleto.
Rondina. That's outside. Only the 3rd error for CC Rondina. And it's now the biggest lead for the high-speed hitters, up by 3. That serve sails way outside for Mika Reyes.
They've been giving away 3 points off the service line. You don't want to give that allowance to Choco Mucho.
Santos. Yep. A little off-speed hit is good. And Rondina still sending it across with a hit. Getting warned by the first referee, Erlindo Eusebio, because the whistle was blown already. It was a floor touch. Service ace for Erica Santos.
Miscue from CC Rondina and Tang Ponce.
First ace for Santos. And she's got 13 points, one of 4 players in double digits. Timeout for Coach Dante.
Pasa, tumataas na naman unti-unti. Okay? Importante lang tsagayin natin, okay? Okay? Ano yan? Sige, sige. Pasa lang yan, ha? Tara, 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 Jen.
Ay, Choco Mucho!
You have to keep on talking, lalo na pag feeling nyo magkakabanggaan na kayo on service reception. I feel like that was CC Rondina's zone already. But again, that's the role also of the libero to get that first ball. Pero pag nasa teammate mo na, you can just let them get that first ball. It boils down to communication in the end.
Right now, CC Rondina and the Flying Titans staring at their biggest deficit, which is the biggest lead for Santos and the high-speed hitters at 4 points. Good pass by Rondina. Tubino. Yes, Royce Tubino. Just her second point in set number 4. She's got 13 already.
Good numbers pa rin from Royce Tubino. And it's not an easy task to take on the role of being an opposite hitter kasi alam naman natin sa left pin talaga sanay si Royce Tubino.
Baron with a push. 15 already for Majoy Baron. Matching her highest scoring game in this All-Filipino Conference. She had 15 against the Cool Smashers. There's another good pass. CC Rondina now block on Tubino.
No entry, says Savvy Davidson.
So Davidson, if that is officially gets credited to her, will have 20 points in the game. Molde blocked again. Ponce popping it up. Tubino. A dig coming from Santos. Majoy Baron, drop shot. Rondina keeping it alive. Molde. Arado with the pass. Davidson, a little low for her, but it doesn't matter. Now with 21 points, Savvy Davidson.
And after the preliminaries, she emerged as the best spiker.
Best
in terms
spiker.
of efficiency clip.
Best scorer as well. Number 2 scorer is CC Rondina. But surprisingly, Rondina is not in the top 10 of the spikers. Tubino blocked. They sent it over on the first save. But nobody coming close to touch number 2. So an easy point for the Flying Titans.
And when the setter gets that first touch, it's going to be up to the middle blocker or the libero to set up the left pin hitter. You have Savvy Davidson up front, so hindi siya pwede kumuha ng second ball kasi mawawala ng atake.
Still a 5-point lead for the high-speed hitters. Back to 6. 22 for Davidson.
He was just on top of that ball.
Second technical timeout. PLDT comfortably ahead. Set number 4.
Bitin na kayo sa games? Watch all the replays on PVL YouTube channel. Subscribe!
And the fans of the Flying Titans coming all out here inside the Phil Sports Arena. High-speed hitters, their fans, a little quiet. They're enjoying this lead, that's why. of the high-speed hitters right now, up by 6. And it's been literally a seesaw battle, even in sets. After winning by 2 points in set number 3, Flying Titans trailing by 6 now. Rondina, back row, that's way outside.
Now a 7-point lead, comfortable 7-point lead for the high-speed hitters. Dina Wong will check in
for the first time today after starting in sets 1 and 2 in game number 1. She scored 1 point off an ace. Molde.
Instant conversion of that substitution.
7 points for Molde. Finally a side out to stop the run of the high-speed hitters. Former UAAP Season 78 Rookie of the Year, Isa Molde. With a serve, Davidson, that is popped up. Rondina bounces it off the block, a save by Ceballos. Davidson attacks again. Rondina popping it up. Ortiz, another save by Ceballos. The push by Davidson going long.
Davidson got too eager to put that ball over. Now Coach Ralph will replace Mika Reyes. Del Palomata is in for PLDT.
Molde and the Flying Titans on a 2-point run. Santos cross court to Tubino. Rondina. Overdig. Coming from Arado. Ceballos unable to save it. And now a 3-point run for the Flying Titans. Timeout for Coach Raul Ricafort. After this nice point. Micah Ortiz picking up her point. Her 4th in the game.
Kasi lang. Hindi mo naman eh. Kay Micah. Mabilis lang dapat. Pero magbalikan yung kay Sisi. Kailangan tumid kayo. Kasi binamasimus na lang todo.
Guys, sino malalim lang? Sino malalim?
Harap pa rin setter ha. Harap pa rin setter.
PLDT! Brother!
Coach Ralph just wanted to calm the nerves of the high-speed hitters. Timeout was meant to ice the momentum of Choco Mucho as well. They're still looking at a 4-point deficit.
CC Rondina at 16 points. Davidson. Tubino with a nice dig. Rondina. It's outside again. That is the 5th error for Rondina.
PLDT has been forcing CC Rondina to hit that cross-court angle kasi alam nila nandun si Kat Arado. That's why they're closing off zone number 1. She tried to go up high. It's just too strong.
Arado with a pickup. Santos blocked by Rondina. CC Rondina finding ways to score. She may have been hitting attacks outside, but using her defense to get the side out. Arocha back in the game for the 2nd time today. Could serve. Del Palomata, her first hit. Oh, and again, communication issues between, this time, Molde and Nudag.
This isn't the first time that's happened sa Choco Mucho. Hindi sila nagkakarinigan because of all of these drums and the cheers from their supporters.
5-point lead for Savvy Davidson and the rest of the high-speed hitters. She's got 22 already off 21 attacks and 1 block. Wong to Rondina. The drop attempt easily picked up by Ceballos. Santos going cross-court and misses.
Savvy Davidson was asking for a set in sa back row, but Alcantara decided to go for a reverse set. There will be a challenge on the floor, a net fault challenge from PLDT.
And right now, in such a close game, they need everything they can get from both teams. But for the high-speed hitters, they've got to get it now. There is no set after if they lose in the fourth, talking about PLDT. They are down 2-1. Del Palomata trying to stay loose. Just the second set played in this game for Del Palomata in very limited minutes. Here's the result of the challenge.
There was no net fault. Point will go to the Flying Titans.
Dina Wong serving. Better pass from Davidson. And Ceballos answers against a two-lady block.
11 for Viola Ceballos. It's the same spread for PLDT. 4 players are in double digits already. Ganyan din yung nangyari in their last outing.
And the same suspects too. Reyes back in. Palomata will sit down. Ika Reyes with 4 points. She had 6 in game number 1. Nunag, block. Joy Baron. That's going to be her 16th point. Block number 4.
Impressive performance from Joy Baron. One-on-one against Cherry Nunag.
Baron now with her best scoring game in the All-Filipino Conference in 16. CC Rondina, that's close to the net.
You saw the intention of CC Rondina. She was already facing Viola Ceballos, wanting to go for that hit out.
18 points for Rondina. A far cry from her 31 in game number 1. Off-speed hit. Falls short for Santos. Unfortunately for Rodrigo Fort, they're still up by 4. But they can't allow Flying Titans to make a run here, as that will mean the end of their season. Ceballos with a pass. Joy Baron knocks it in.
Joy Baron almost at the 20-point mark for a middle blocker.
In the meantime, the two Kims returning. D and Fajardo for the high-speed hitters. 3 points away from sending this to the second. Two back-to-back 5-setters, but Fajardo serves to the net.
They've been giving away a lot of free points from that service line. Buti na lang, they still have a 4-point cushion in the tail end of set number 4. Now, Des Cheng will try to score some aces.
Only 1 point so far for Des Cheng. Ceballos. Block! Successfully. Mike Ortiz, Tubino combining at the net. Make it a 3-point game. Take a look.
At this point, kailangan mapaikot ng PLDT si Savi Davidson sa harap.
Good pass by Davidson. Joy Baron. Des Cheng passes. Wong to Tubino. And here's a chance to attack. Davidson from the back row. Got it.
That's the right set for Kim Fajardo. You're almost at the 25-point mark. Now is the time to go to your highest percentage attacker in Savi Davidson, even if she's in the back row.
23 for Davidson and a full front line for the high-speed hitters. Baron, D, and Davidson. 2 points away from sending this into a 5th setter. Molde. Oh, pounds it through the block. 8 points for Isa Molde.
It has been the strategy of the pin hitters of Choco Mucho. So every time they go through the first line of defense of PLDT, nakaabang si Kat Arado sa likod. So they are going to those hitouts.
Davidson against a single block. No match. And it's 4 set points for the high-speed hitters.
Simple wrist action for Savvy Davidson. Look at that again. Picture perfect hit.
Baron, no aces yet. Molde. Now Baron sets it up for D. D with a drop shot.
Tight.
Yeah. Bad pass by Reyes. 1 set point. Give it up. Coach Ricafort calling out the play. A good pass, and we'll see that in real time after the serve by Molde. In the meantime, Arado getting some words. Along with
Wala kanina
Rondina.
kasing challenge. Ngayon, meron na ulit.
First referee, Erlindo Eusebio. Second referee, Fernando Velarde. What a game. What a quarterfinal matchup. Davidson with the pass. Davidson for the finish. Got it.
As expected. Savvy Davidson deals the finishing blow here in set number 4 to send us to a 5th and final set.
This is the 24th point of Savvy Davidson. Both teams have been trading sets. Whose will will be stronger here in set number 5? We're not yet over.
There's a floor touch challenge from Choco Mucho.
All right. It did seem like it hit the floor already from where I'm sitting. But Coach Dante Linsanuri not conceding anything. Everything needs to get a second look. It is the quarterfinals after all. Two players in double digits for the Flying Titans, led by Rondina's 18, 13 for Tubino. So it is official now. A 4-point win in set number 4 after that unsuccessful challenge for Dante Elinsunurin. We see another 5-setter between the high-speed hitters and the Flying Titans.
Player highlights, we got you covered. Subscribe now to the PVL YouTube channel. Subscribe!
Both teams swapping sets since the first. So it all boils down to willpower here in set number 5. But before we get there, let's take a look at highlights in set number 4.
PLDT just displayed composure in set number 4. Yes, their backs were against the wall. It was a winner-go-home situation. But Savvy Davidson just led that team alongside Kat Arado Kumbaga, they're just focusing on their roles right now. Ang trabaho ni Kat Arado is to keep that ball alive. And every time she gets a good dig, the setters of PLDT will just push that ball to Savvy Davidson. And Savvy Davidson almost always converts off transition. That's why they had more attacks in set number 4, 16 compared to the 9 of the Flying Titans. They got more blocks. And there was a set that they really dominated that net. Aces also, nakalamang ang PLDT, but they just had so many unforced errors. So buti na lang, nag-compensate yon with the attacking department. But again, this is set number 5. It's a race to 15. It's going to be the biggest pressure test for the high-speed hitters. And again, we've seen Choco Mucho in a lot of 5-set matches already. They've won all their 5 setters. For PLDT, it's 1-1. Let's see if PLDT can put a dent to that record of the Flying Titans.
Oh, in a matchup like this, all those stats go out the window, that's for sure. Dante Linsunurin, Raldrick Fort, Savvy Davidson, CC Rondina. A race to 15. And one final set. A win by the Flying Titans. They go to the semis, but high-speed hitters want to extend this into a clinching game in number 3.
There's a surprising change to the starting unit of Coach Dante. Lut Malaluan will replace Cherry Nunag as their middle blocker. She did not play in the first 4 sets. Pero ngayon, magpapalit ng tao si Coach Dante.
In fact, Malaluan did not play in the last 3 games of the Flying Titans. Meantime, it's the same 6 still for the high-speed hitters. Here we go, set number 5. Ponce sets it up. Rondina is rejected. They get it back. Now a chance to attack. Savvy Davidson. Ponce pops it up. Rondina with an easy over. Savvy Davidson off the block and outside. High-speed hitters on the board first.
Porsyentuhan na pagdating sa 5th set. You need to start off strong. It's going to be a very short frame.
Good pass by Isa Molde. Malaluan. Popped up by Arado. Davidson again. Oh, Davidson back-to-back points. He's got 27.
Joy Baron was able to fish Malaluan. And that gave Savvy Davidson a lot of space. Practically an open block for her.
Bad pass. Another chance here. Davidson. Block. What a save. Coming from Kat Arado. Rondina down the line, saved by Ceballos. Davidson blocked again. Longest rally of the 5th set. Davidson. Drop shot is good.
Drop shot.
Davidson with 28.
3 points for Savvy Davidson here in the 5th set. Hindi pa nakahanap ng solution yung Choco Mucho dun sa mga drop balls ng PLDT.
What a start here for the high-speed hitters. Good serving and a bad pass from Rondina. Dig from Arado. A tip by Majoy Baron. Rondina again with a left. Popped up by Santos all the way to the other side. Davidson down the line.
Oh, wow.
She scored all of the 4 points of the high-speed hitters. 29 for Davidson, prompting Dante Linsunurin to call a timeout after this gorgeous down the line hit.
Nakablock tayo. Nare-rebound natin ang bola. Pero yung opensa natin nawawala. Okay? Isang side out lang, iikot tayo ha. Isang side out lang. Isang side out lang ha. O, tsagayin lang ha. Tsagayin.
Apat.
Flying Titans in a hole early in set number 5. Davidson has had all of the 4 touches of the high-speed hitters. And when they get a good pass, you know they can put it away.
For PLDT, talagang iniiwan nila yung zone na cross-court kay Kat Arado. That's why it's easier for her to get these digs.
Meantime, side out after the timeout as Rondina will score her 19th point off that hit.
Great serve from Mars Alba.
Davidson, better hit, unstoppable.
Savvy Davidson, 30 big points.
Yeah, we talked about her going for 30, and she has to in a game like this. Davidson's season high is 34. Good serve by Majoy Baron. Alba to Tubino.
Off.
Nice shot by Tubino, 14th point.
They're getting more success of the hit-outs compared to targeting the sharp angles on the court of PLDT.
Rondina only 19 points. Well, I always say only because she's coming off a 31-point performance in game number 1. Meanwhile, Davidson with a miss hit.
After a 4-point blitz, Choco Mucho is now just 2 points away from tying this game up.
Davidson again. That's outside, so back-to-back miss hits by Davidson, and their lead at 4 points, now down to 1. But there is a challenge first. Block touch by the high-speed hitters. It was close. There were blockers trying to reach for it. Did they get a finger on the ball? That's the question. Must-win situation for the high-speed hitters to prevent elimination in the All-Filipino Conference.
You can expect Alcantara to give that ball back to Savvy Davidson.
Yeah. I mean, I expect Savvy Davidson to get all the third touches.
Pwede. Every time she's in the front row.
Oh, I think even in the back row, they're gonna go pipe for Davidson. Tulad din sinabi mo ni, porsentuhan na.
Yeah, but there's also that fine line between percentage gaming sa overloading your best option. From time to time, you still need to give a couple of sets to the likes of Mika Reyes and Erica Santos para lang mabalance yung pagtingin ng blockers ng Choco Mucho dun sa offense ng high-speed hitters.
Officials taking a while to take a look at this one. High-speed hitters, a convincing 4-point win in set number 2. They also won set number 4. They also won set number 2. Meanwhile, Flying Titans winning sets 1 and 3. Fans coming in early for this. Oof. There doesn't seem to be any touch. Unsuccessful challenge for the high-speed hitters. Chance to tie in this rally for the Flying Titans, and they do off 3 errors by Savvy Davidson. And we're back to square one. Even Steven at 5-all, and they will change ends every 5 points.
Let's go.
Anong good mo tayo?
Tiyo, pasahan, Tiyo, ha? Pasahan. Wala. Recover na agad. Go. Cut lang.
I beg your pardon, they will stay on this side, not until, I believe, 7th or 8th point. Anyway, that's a timeout for Rodrigo Fort as his 4-point lead is gone. The Choco Mucho fans going wild inside the Phil Sports Arena. CC Rondina and the Flying Titans were down by as many as 4 points. Now Erlindo Eusebio wants to talk to CC.
Hindi dapat nakalagpas ang kamay sa ulo. Si Molde nagtatabi.
Five all, chance for the lead. And they get it. And what a run. 4 straight points scored by the Flying Titans. 3 coming from errors of Savvy Davidson.
It's about service reception in the end game.
Del Palomata checking in for Mika Reyes. Davidson popped up by Rondina. Alba to Molde. The drop shot. Palomata pushes it to the back on the second touch. Tubino got it.
With a cut shot.
Royce Tubino with 15 points, finding that open space on the floor of PLDT. Well, PLDT gave them a chance to attack in transition. Del Palomata pushed that ball on that second touch. They didn't set up Savvy Davidson, and they paid for that point.
5-point run right now for the Flying Titans. They have a 2-point lead. Tubino again. Davidson asking for it. And gets the side out finally.
She needed that point for her confidence. They're within 1.
Davidson now with 31. Now Angel Alcantara and the high-speed hitters, after leading by 4, they are down by a point. Nerves hurting Alcantara on that serve, as now the teams will change ends. Big break for the Flying Titans as the high-speed hitters are plagued with errors here in the 5th set. We'll check in with Jana Ejido.
Here we go again, Eric and Neil. Another 5-setter between these two teams. Just goes on to show how hotly contested this spot for the semis is. And interestingly enough, I did get to listen to the huddles at the start of this set. First off with PLDT, the coaches were really telling them, let's start this strong para andun yung momentum natin. Dapat serve pa lang maayos na. That showed in that 4-0 start. But with that being erased, this just goes on to show that the side of Choco Mucho is meeting this with the same level of urgency. Coach Dante was encouraging his team to make adjustments even from that first ball. So we will let the action here in set 5 decide if this series ends here or we go to a do or die, as I send it over to you, gentlemen.
All right, thanks very much, Jana. Overpass on the dig. Arado saving it. Wait a minute, there's a net touch they're going to call on Del Palomata as the Flying Titans continue to run.
Now a 3-point lead. This is already considered a luxury in the 5th set. The countdown begins for the Flying Titans, only 6 points away.
Mika Reyes back in the game, replacing Del Palomata. High-speed hitters looking tense and tentative midway to set number 5. Reyes with a dump. Reyes being the stabilizer. She's picked up her 5th point of the game.
Such an important point for the high-speed hitters. They will still have 3 attackers in the front row. Savvy Davidson will be attacking from the back.
2-point game, 7 serving 9. Tang Ponce has done a superb job defensively for the Flying Titans. Bad pass there from Rondina. Molde. Here's a chance to attack. They go back row Davidson. Why not?
Parang magkakatotoo yung sinasabi mo, Eric. From the front row to the back row, she will receive most of the sets.
She can be in the upper box and she will still attack for Savvy Davidson. Alba. Utubino. This time, Santos and a dig by Alba. Tubino blocked by Mika Reyes. A good coverage by Alba. Here comes Molde, blocked again. Terrific defense at the net by the high-speed hitters. Molde tries again. Arado pops it up. Davidson back row with a drop. Molde with coverage. Back row, Rondina. It's outside.
Ball is out.
And we are tied at 9.
Tied at 9.
Wow. What an exchange between Choco Mucho and PLDT. Mars Alba going to the back row. PLDT also trying to score points from that same point of attack.
Race to score 6 points. Tubino. And it's popped up by Alcantara. An easy over from Ceballos now. Good save by Alcantara. A push for Davidson. Chance ball for the Flying Titans. And there's Ortiz knocking in her 7th point.
Yeah, the role players are now stepping up for the Flying Titans.
Second best scoring game for Micah Ortiz. 7 points today. Dina Wong checking in. They've got 2 setters on the court.
Mars Alba will be an attacker in this rotation. She will play as an opposite hitter. Dina Wong will be setting for Choco Mucho.
Reyes. Yes.
Reyes.
Mika Reyes now with 6 points. Matching her output in game number 1.
Ito yung mga sugal na magpe-pay off also for Alcantara. Choco Mucho is expecting her to set up Savvy Davidson, but basta makuha niya yung tamang timing, she can still set up the middle blockers of PLDT.
Save is
still
good
alive
for Davidson. Molde again. Block. Battle at the net. There's a net touch. They're going to call on Ceballos on the way down.
Lucky point for the Flying Titans.
Coach Rondina saying it's all right. One-point game. Anything can happen. Big breath for Isa Molde. She's got 8 points. Overpass. A nice push.
Oh!
Again! Arado for the 2nd time in the match.
Arado
throws it all the way to the back.
Wow. Talk about court sense. Kat Arado again with her 2nd point for PLDT.
And the typical substitution, Kim Pardo checking in. We're tied at 11. Now race to score 4 points. Meantime, Ortiz is limping, getting help all the way out as Cherry Nunag is back in the game. I wish Ortiz it's nothing serious and a speedy recovery, although she looks pretty badly hurt. Served by Fajardo. It's outside.
And we talked about the unforced errors on the service line.
Second service fault for the high-speed hitters. Flying Titans up by 1. Nunag. Combination play. Ceballos. That's an overpass. Oh, wait a minute. They call an overreach on Kim D. And they will definitely challenge this one.
Right, there will be challenge. Well, the ball was already heading to the side of the high-speed hitters. And we just have to check kung nasaan na ba yung bola at that specific moment in time. Is it still in the airspace of Choco Mucho?
But they usually don't call it if the setter doesn't make a play for the ball. So, and the setter, in this case, Dina Wong, didn't make a play for the ball. So it's a rare whistle.
It would have been an instant reaching beyond the net violation if the setter tried to set up that ball para dun sa attacker nila. Again, it was only Kim D there.
A crucial challenge here because the high-speed hitters are down by 1. Kim D coming off the bench, only scored a point so far. The first game for Kim D was against the high-speed hitters. She missed her first 7 games of the All-Filipino Conference. This review taking a while.
That's the correct call. Nasa court pa ng Choco Mucho yung bola. That will be interference called on Kim D.
Arado trying to argue their case.
Kasi yung bola, ang kami pababa. Tumakas. Ito pa ganito. Wait. Pero yung tagok yung bola kasi pababang na nito. Tumama kay ano. Oo, pero
Review mo na lang daw.
review na lang.
Pa-review mo na lang.
Papareview ko muna. Ha? Reverse challenge.
That's a good idea. That's a very good call by Erlinda Eusebio. Yeah, they need to get this one right. So he's calling for a referee's challenge, which they can do. And he's asking it to be reviewed.
It's going to be a referee's challenge. I understand the point of Kat Arado as well. Napapunta na din naman sa kanilang bola. If Kim D didn't get a touch on that ball, for sure it's going to be an overpass din naman from Choco Mucho. So dun kakaroon ng clarification right now.
Yeah.
So the first referee will consult with the technical table to get this call right. Again, we're in the 5th set.
Yeah.
If this is a successful challenge from Choco Mucho, the official score will be 13-11.
But a commendable job by Erlinda Eusebio, using his prerogative of calling for a referee's challenge to ensure that the right call is made. Because you don't want to leave this point up for speculation. So many fans watching, not just in the venue, but around the country and the world.
Para sigurado lang sa akin, ha? Hindi ko sila bigyan ng pabor. Ako magsasalsa.
Rondina asking for clarification as well. This is a huge point, definitely. Yeah, it seemed like it was going across, and it's still called a reaching beyond the net.
It's going to be official. Point will be awarded to the Flying Titans.
And Arado showing excellent sportsmanship, saying, all right, 2 reviews and it's still an unsuccessful challenge. Here we go, 2-point game. 2 to win for the Flying Titans, 2 to tie for the high-speed hitters. Ceballos Malaluan, what a save by Arado. Here's a chance to attack. Fajardo to Ceballos. Block. The push by Baron. Alba to Rondina. Davidson, back row. Got it.
Savvy Davidson.
Well,
Just focus. Wow. 33 big points. Look at that. A lethal pipe attack from Davidson. Now she's in the front row. So for the blockers of PLDT, they just need to get good rebounds. Tapos si Savvy Davidson na bahala mag-convert for Choco Mucho. They also have CC Rondina in the front row. It's going to be a showdown between the two scoring machines.
Rondina gets it through. It's popped up by Ceballos. Davidson. Drop shot picked up by Wong. Rondina again. Blocked. Coverage by Wong. Rondina. Blocked again. But a save by Alba. Chance ball for the high-speed hitters. Davidson for the tie. Right on the line. Davidson knocks it in. But Flying Titans, all 6 players saying it's outside. So there will be a challenge.
Wow. What a treat for all the PVL fans. This is just the first game of our double header. Galleries Tower High Risers will try to extend their matchup also. Look inside, right on the line for Savvy Davidson.
Both teams with unsuccessful challenges, and we're tied off a 2-point run by the high-speed hitters. Now a race to score 2 points.
All eyes are on CC Rondina right now. Can she convert for Choco Mucho?
Short pass. Rondina far from the net. She's blocked. Alba pops it up. Wong back to Alba. Alba cut shot.
Alba!
Mars Alba
Choco Mucho
with 7 points. And it is match point for the Flying Titans.
That was designed by Coach Dante. Mars Alba with a big point in set number 5.
Serving the match. Number 9, Mars out.
Good pass here. But it's, a free ball for the Flying Titans. Chance to put it away. Rondina for the win. Got it!
Rondina brings Choco Mucho to the semifinals.
Rondina is on the floor crying, scoring her 21st point to send the Flying Titans to the semifinals.
When they needed her the most, she just scored and scored for the Flying Titans. What a duo. Mars Alba and CC Rondina, remember their names. Now they're off to the semifinals.
Congratulations to our Flying
An
Titans.
ecstatic Flying Titans. Meanwhile, the high-speed hitters are torn apart by back-to-back losses in the quarters. There's the confirmation of the 5-set win by Choco Mucho against PLDT. 5-set win for the Flying Titans in game number 2 to end the series against the high-speed hitters. Our best player, Mars Alba, right now with Jana Ejido.
That's right, Eric and Neil. I am with our player of the game. Sumakses po siya ulit. Mars Alba of the Choco Mucho Flying Titans. Mars, congratulations once again. Damang-dama ko yung emotions mo today. Tell me, what are you feeling right now?
Wala, sobrang saya. Thank you, Lord!
And of course, Mars, grabe yung napagdaanan ng team, not just in this quarterfinals, pero yung buong All-Filipino Conference. Papunta na kayo sa semis after this. Gano'n ka-proud sa team mo?
Ano pa, sorry?
Gano'n ka-proud sa journey niyo dito sa All-Filipino?
Grabe, sobrang saya. Kudos sa teammates ko and sa coaches. Grabe talaga. Starting from the bottom, now we're here, guys.
Mars, kwento mo naman sa amin yung point mo during set number 5. Nakapuntos ka to send Choco Mucho to set point. Clutch. Tell me what was going on through your mind.
Actually, hindi ko ina-expect na gagawin ako spiker ni Coach Dante. Pero yun, sabi ko kahit anong bigay na bola, gagawin ko ng paraan para makatulong sa team.
Alright, anyone you'd like to thank? Anyone, messages you want to say? Go ahead.
Una-una, thank you kay Lord. Sa panalo namin ngayon, thank you sa management, kay Sir Jonathan, Sir Alan, Sir Rolly, Ma'am Liz, and lalo-lalo na sa Choco Mucho community! Shout out po sa Alba family and sa kuya ko, kay Kuya Noel and Ate Chang. Love you!
Alright, Mars Alba's your player of the game with 22 excellent sets, 7 points, and 11 takes. Dahil dyan, Mars and the Choco Mucho Flying Titans, pasok na kayo sa semi-finals!
And there's the confirmation of the winning series for the Flying Titans. And I didn't take Mars Alba for a Drake fan, but apparently she is. PLDT eliminated in the All-Filipino Conference after a spectacular back-to-back 5-set wins coming from the Flying Titans.
Choco Mucho has now won 6 5-setter games in the All-Filipino Conference of the PVL. Congratulations for getting that first seat in the semi.
Our director, Ken Natividad, for Jana Ejido, my partner, Neil Torres, I'm Eric Iman. Stand by for more action as the Chargers try to close out the series as they take on the high risers. Mars Alba with a conference-high 7 points and 22 excellent sets, leading the way as the Flying Titans eliminate Davidson and the high-speed hitters.